did you notice the videos that I sent on the steep turns?
Oh yeah.
So with the trimming, as I was saying, I managed it to be within almost like 30-50 feet.
If whatever works for you. I mean,
because I did notice one thing, that there's not a whole lot of training material on Mooney.
Right.
So, you know, most of the stuff that's out there is more for Cessnas, and, you know, even Piper is not that common. Not too many people talk about training in a Piper.
I'm just not a fan of trimming, because when you roll out, you're going to have a lot of pressure to have to push to keep the airplane from climbing once you roll out.
Yeah. And another thing that I was noticing is the temperature on the first two cylinders, 1 and 2, was higher than the other two, the blue mark. I don't know if that something.
Well, the blue is EGT, and the green is cylinder head. And usually the back two cylinders are one hotter than the front two.
Oh, okay. So that's normal?
I think, I'm not sure of the order, but I know the two in back usually run hotter because they're getting air from the front. Hotter air from the front cylinders.
Okay. Skypark traffic, Mooney 78903, departing 30, close traffic, Skypark.
And the one it highlights is always the hottest.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's too hot.
Oh, it's just the hottest.
In fact, it's 500 is where the limit is set on your cylinder head.
Okay.
That's usually a little more than you should. I think about 350 is about the max you'd ever want a cylinder to be. Fuel pump. Don't want to miss that on a check ride.
And I think another struggle I was having was with the stall recovery, power on stall recovery. Is there would it be acceptable to not deal with the landing gear right at once?
Yeah, you can get a positive rate of climb before you bring the gear up.
Okay.
So you get the nose down. At best angle of climb, you get the nose back up, start your climb. As soon as you get a positive rate,
okay,
then you can bring the gear up. It's not a hurry.
Oh, okay. No turns until 1,000, right?
After the river is fine.
Oh, okay. That's what I was aiming for on this side of the railroad track. Or is it too far out?
It's too far out.
Okay. How about now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so right now I think a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I did. 20. One notch of left, not yet. Okay, now. So I'm pulling the nose to reduce the speed. Or
Gusty in traffic, Skyhawk 72 Alpha is about 4 miles to the northeast. We'll be overflying the field and then entering left traffic for 36. Gusty.
So you started way late. You should have your power off a beam. So start pulling that power off a little sooner than what you did.
okay.
Because now you're way out here.
Okay.
So 800 is about the right altitude, but you're a little bit too far this way. So you got a long way to go to get there, and there's kind of a little bit of a wind today. So that's going to slow your ground speed down.
Okay. So
I just wait a little longer on the flaps.
okay. Where did I do the flaps? I think I did the second flap.
But this is good. Your aim point is good. So this is looking good. Just don't creep toward the numbers.
When you say creep, am I picking up the nose or?
Yes.
Okay.
Picking up the nose.
Okay.
And you're getting, the nose is getting closer to the numbers instead of where you have your aim point now.
Okay. So now I'm actually aiming for the fence height.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So I'd get that last notch of flaps now.
Now, okay.
And start squeezing the power off because we're still fast.
Now I'm scared.
Now don't dive. No, you're fine. Everything's looking good. Power's off. Just relax. Slow, smooth, and small. Perfect. Now don't pull it too high. There you go. Now that was good. Was that a problem?
Yeah.
You said I'm scared. What did you say you're scared about?
I was going.
You can stop here.
Okay. I was going too.
Yeah, you got a little bit low. You should have started the back pressure a tiny bit sooner.
Okay.
You almost put the nose into the runway first. But not bad. I mean, it was just, and then you just have to be slower, not be so aggressive with your control inputs.
Okay.
Of course, you got 200 extra pounds with you today, so it makes it a little easier to when you're lighter, then you have to even be more touchy on the controls, not aggressive.
So when I'm flying my pattern, and right here is the end of the runway. So
the end of the runway is up there.
No, right now I know, but let's say I'm flying the pattern right now. So here's end of the runway. So this is when I should bring the power down.
Yeah. Before,
right
actually,
here,
I'd start.
right?
I'd start a little tiny bit before you get there.
Oh, okay.
don't wait till you get there, because then it's too late. I mean, you're well beyond. You went way far downwind.
Okay.
Trying to get it slowed down.
Yeah, and another way to look at it is I can always add more if I feel like.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. And I had the POH at home. I was reading through that. Even though they don't mention anything about flaps, like the checklist says flap as needed, but after takeoff, they're asking to take the flaps out after 1,000 feet AGL. So I'm not sure if takeoff is done with flaps or not.
Well, it's actually how you feel. Does it feel okay coming off with flaps or not? Or no flaps? It seems to do okay with no flaps.
Uh-huh.
So it's really your preference.
Okay. The second one was taking the gear out. So here I'm stalling and boom, down. Now the speed is good and back up. And then this needle
get the aircraft under control before you start doing other things.
Okay. Because I did kind of simulate pretty much anything that I can think of during those. Yesterday I was playing with fire, like engine fire drill, and then I did engine out, about like 6-7 miles away from so maintaining 100 speed and coming towards, I mean, my choice was obviously the airport at Madeira, but I was at 3,000 feet and it was good 7 or 8 miles out. So I just pulled the power and then trim it down to 100 to come towards it. But I couldn't quite make it with the dead engine. I was short. Maybe I was panicking.
Okay, now you got a long runway there, so you could have turned base a little sooner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so touchdown in the middle of the runway if you want to.
I mean, you got a long runway there, so there's no reason why you have to touch down at the numbers.
At the numbers.
Emergency, you do whatever you have to do.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So just decide that, hey, I can't make it if I go all the way downwind.
Right. And
I got a long runway.
I didn't realize until, I was like almost at that point where I would either stall or I need power.
Yeah, you don't want to stall.
Sky Park traffic, Mooney 78903, departing 30, Sky Park. Fuel pump is
Make sure you do all that before you get on the runway.
Before okay.
I talked to John about doing your check ride, and he said he's okay with that.
John JB?
No, John
Tamano?
Tamano.
Oh, okay. Cool. He's gonna do a mock one or a real one?
No, a real one. I'm gonna send you to another guy for the mock.
Okay. We have sun today, so all kinds of thermal, huh?
Yep. And just deal with it.
And I was reading up on this. It's missing 2 lights, the trim up and trim down. I don't know if it's a different version.
Yeah, I think it's a different version because the trim up and down is for altitude.
Right.
So it's a version that doesn't have the altitude hold.
Right.
That's why this one doesn't have those lights.
So altitude hold would be with the trim then?
Yes.
So I think what I did yesterday, we're far enough, right? We're going that way?
We'll level off at 2,000.
2,000, okay.
And follow the section lines out to the west.
So, this one have that, this mode, STB stabilized, so this thing holds this stable.
It's just a wing leveler at that point.
Wing leveler, yeah. So can that be used?
Yeah.
Okay. And can I use that during check ride too?
Probably not.
Okay, so why is it going this way now? Wind? No.
He might want you to show him that you can use it, but he's not going to have you do anything on the check ride with it, other than make sure that you know how to use it.
No, like if I'm doing something like a check ride, I mean a checklist. If I got to do a checklist, can I stabilize it with at that time for temporary or no?
I certainly wouldn't not, and
okay.
if he says something different, then
Oh, okay. Oh, I can ask him for that, right? Hopefully.
just put it on when you're looking at your checklist and see what he says.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to ask him for permission, just do it, and if he says no, you don't do it, then don't.
Oh, okay.
But I wouldn't ask him for permission. I'd just do it.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you're cruising out to a checkpoint, or if you're on your way to your first checkpoint on your cross country,
Right.
heck, turn it on.
Okay.
The worst thing you can do is say turn it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Your EGTs are a little bit lot higher than the other two.
Right.
Cylinder heads are all pretty even.
So, and so we are at 2,000, then the pressure is very high, so do we lean?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Usually you don't lean until you get above 3,000.
Above 3,000, okay.
Alright, let's slow down to minimum controllable airspeed. You can maintain 2100.
Pine Mountain traffic, Husky 3 Golf Tango is 10.3 miles to the west, planning right now, wind 27 off Pine Mountain.
Gotta really watch it in this plane when you're slowing down, because you get that nose up like that, it's gonna climb, or it's gonna try to climb.
Okay.
Remember, just above the stall warning. We don't want the stall warning on.
Alright, so no stall warning.
Pitch for airspeed, power for altitude. We're going down, down, down. You're gonna blow it the other way now.
Yep.
You've been working on steep turns and not slow flight, huh?
I did a little bit slow flight,
Did you?
but maybe I didn't watch it precisely.
This is your best friend when you're in transition. Is watch that vertical speed, as it'll show you what's going to happen over a few seconds. I think we said 70 was a good speed for this maneuver, right?
Yeah. $70. Okay, I lost more than 100 feet.
Let's just stay at 2,000 now.
Okay. But it's 2,000.
And we'll turn right 90 degrees.
Pine Mountain traffic, Husky 3 Golf Tango is 5.1 miles west out of 4900, planning right downwind 27
Okay.
Pine Mountain.
70, 60 feet.
I just noticed the power setting you have here. See, 18 inches? So when you get close to minimum controllable, go right to 18 inches.
Okay.
Instead of just playing
Fiddling
with it.
with it. Okay.
Yeah. You get there, go right to 18 inches, because you know that's going to work.
Okay.
It might not be right exactly that, but it'll be really
It'll
close.
be close, then
Yeah.
I'm only doing a fine adjustment.
Okay, let's turn left 90 degrees.
Left 90 degrees.
Minimal bank. You don't want to use a lot of bank. Bank causes
Pine Mountain
problems.
traffic, Husky 3 Golf Tango 2.845 for left downwind. I'm sorry, right downwind 27 Pine Mountain.
I want you to open the cowl flaps and climb to 2,500.
Flaps open 2,500, so 20.6.
Maintain 70.
Maintaining 70. Maintaining 70.
Pine Mountain Lake traffic, 692.000 is 7 miles to the west, 4,500, inbound for landing, runway 27, Pine Mountain Lake.
And Husky 3 Golf Tango is
So about 23 inches, that's enough. So 18 for level, 23 for climbing.
Line, yeah.
So that's the kind of thing you want to have ideas on where these numbers are, because that really helps you. You don't have that option in a fixed prop, but in the constant speed, you have these numbers to use.
And it's okay if the stall alarm comes on for a second or so?
Yeah, just go back to make sure you're around 70. You know,
Okay.
You don't want to go more than 5 knots either way.
Yeah.
10 knots is maximum. But if you go down a little bit and the stall warning comes on, that's a good reminder to lower that nose a little bit.
Okay. And at this speed, I'm not going to get 500 a minute, huh?
We don't need 500. I just said to climb to 500. How fast you get up there is not an issue.
Okay. Not
The fact that you're climbing is what's important.
Okay. I didn't look outside, but the heading was also...
Yeah, just look at your
Yeah.
section lines.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I just did that now. So, okay, 100 to go.
Final to the traffic, 600 raise entering right, 45, runway 27, final to light.
Okay. I'll do.
Okay, back to straight level cruise.
So get out of slow flight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to straight level cruise.
Okay, heading altitude good, speed is good. I'm gaining altitude now. High, speed 100. Okay.
Alright, we'll do steep turns.
Steep turns, okay. Let me look for something nice to come back to. There's nothing.
Section lines.
Yeah.
Section lines make this maneuver really easy.
This is about what I want. I did it at 19.5, 2 people, so
As long as you're below maneuvering speed.
okay. Alright, 1 to the left. 1, 2, 3.
Not quite enough bank. We need 45 degrees.
Lodi traffic, can you tell me, do we have any parachute activity at this time? Lodi traffic. Lodi traffic, RV3.
Totally different behavior.
Straight in runway 30.
Bank's good, but it behaved way different. Already lost 100. More than 100.
You're late on the rollout.
Yeah. I started watching the altitude.
You see, when you roll out, you've got to push that nose forward, because look at that.
Oh, okay.
That's why the picture out here is so important, because when you roll out, you're getting all that lift back.
Okay, so I did the right one so well in the videos. I don't know what's going on today. Let me see. Let me stay.
Well, maybe you weren't using quite 45 degrees bank.
No, I was.
Oh, okay.
I did pay attention. I mean, I was off maybe once or for a second or so. Okay, let me try this one more time.
You have to be able to do this for the examiner.
Yeah. Okay. no more climb. Okay, 26, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bank is good. Not gaining, I'm not losing.
Yeah, that was better. Because I could feel you're pushing forward as you're rolling out, which is what you have to do.
Okay.
Let's go one to the left, and then we'll move on.
Okay, one to the left. Alright, 2600. Okay, one to the left. 1, 2, 3. Bank good. Too much gain. Okay. So did I pick the nose up too much?
Yeah, while you were rolling in that trim, you were picking, the nose was going up. That's why I don't like the trim, but, you know, you have to do what you gotta do.
Okay, so...
It's not enough bank. See, that's the problem with rolling in that trim, is you tend to pull that nose back. Maybe once you establish it, you can roll in the trim.
Okay, let me pull out here. Okay.
But when you're rolling in, just pay attention to what you see out here. Because if you're picking the nose up, you're going to climb, and this plane's going to climb like crazy.
Right.
It's not like a Tomahawk.
Oh, hell no. Let me try one on the left this time. This was good, right?
Yeah. Initially, you got pretty close to 2700, but
yeah.
Make sure that when you start the maneuver, you're straight and level and not climbing or descending.
Okay, so I have no idea why this thing still tends to climb. No, it's not climbing.
Yeah, see that if you start out from a stabilized position, it's going to be a lot easier. let's turn 90 to the left, and we'll do a departure stall.
Okay.
Make sure you do clearing turns. You can do them with the gear down, that's okay. Just make sure you do clearing turns.
Okay, so clearing turn is 30 degrees?
Yes, 2 90-degree turns using 30 degrees of bank.
Okay.
That's just so other people can see us. And we can obviously look for other traffic.
Right. So we got this sector cleared now this way?
Yeah. And then halfway through this turn, you can start slowing down. You don't have to wait to get all the way around the turn to bring your power up to slow down to lift off airspeed.
Okay. So,
Gear, no flaps.
no flaps?
Not for a departure stall.
Oh yeah.
We haven't been using flaps for departure, so
Right.
this is one more thing to get in the way, so. And 22 inches is enough. You don't have to go to full power. 23 is, that's good.
Okay.
Let's go to the verbal.
That.
Nice aggressive nose down. Get the best angle and then climb.
Now climb.
And then gear.
Okay, so that's where the putting the gear up at. So I'm afraid I'm gonna introduce a second stall by slowing down to 80 for the gear, and it's pain in the butt to bring the gear up above 80. That's why I was asking that question.
So that worked fine, right?
Yeah.
You were okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I can polish it a little bit.
Okay, let's level off and let's turn 90 degrees to the right. Excuse me, left. And we'll use this as our clearing turn to do an approach to landing stall.
Okay, so one clearing turn. And okay, so nobody here, nobody there. Could this be also added to the clearing turn as a
I wouldn't.
added?
I would not. I would always look out for your clearing turn because
still look out about look out.
you can say that, but there's some traffic that you'll never see on there because they don't have ADS-B.
Okay.
So it's a false sense of security.
Okay.
If you think every bit of traffic's on there, you're fooling yourself.
Okay.
Half the planes at Sky Park don't have ADS-B.
Oh wow. Okay. So the thing is, with all this haze, you can barely see a thing.
Oh, this is clear day.
Oh yeah, I have flown in scary days. I came to Madeira, there was too much traffic and it was really bad to see. So, we're so close to their 45 pattern, huh?
We're alright. Just go back this way.
Go back this way, okay.
Okay, approach to landing.
Approach to landing, okay. So, landing. Gear up, one flap. Okay, landing speed.
Trim it for the approach now. Trim it. For 80. This is the approach part of the approach to landing stall. You have to show them that you've got it in a stabilized approach.
Possible traffic, 781 Bravo Mule.
Okay, so 80.
5 miles south.
And you bring the nose power off, nose up to the horizon.
On a runway and try to enter runway 23.
Madeira traffic, Cubs departing 30 intersection Bravo for left down departure, Madeira.
Stall, stall, stall. $90. 9.
First flap. This is more drag than the gear.
Okay, one flap down, or one flap out.
Then the gear.
Okay, climbing. And go around.
Okay, I'd like to see that a little bit more crispy. In other words, when you break the stall, you get the power in quickly and get that first notch of flaps out right away.
Okay.
We're going to do it again. So set up your approach.
Okay, so that's my aiming point. I'm approaching.
Full flaps. 80, trimmed, hands off. Good. Okay, now if power comes off, goes to the horizon. At the stall, nose down, pitch the nose down, first notch of flaps comes right out.
Down departure 30 from Madeira.
Stall, stall, stall. Nose down. Full power in. 85.
Traffic, Twin Diamond,
80.
821, Bravo Romeo, over
Okay,
the field,
positive rate.
5,500, simulated emergency.
Good.
Okay, go around.
Good. That's the way it's done.
Okay.
Alright, let's head over to Madeira and let's stay at 3,000.
Madeira at 3,000. Okay, so still got to climb up.
Yeah, you can turn.
How's the airport? Oh, right there. Okay.
Where is the El Nido VOR?
El Nido would be over here.
Well, give me a heading.
El Nido was Visalia, so we have
1142.
42. Okay. So dock GPS. Your one. Okay, so it's supposed to be 315, 320.
Yeah, we don't have to head over there. I just want to know where what heading to get there.
Okay, so 315.
You're using VOR2?
I'm using VOR1.
Oh.
VOR2, I did not use that. Or we have that on VOR2 as well. But I put it in 1.
So, what is it here? Is
So
it the same number?
Same number, yeah. So 22222.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, let's turn right a little more toward Madeira.
Okay. Okay, set up on 45. What are we doing? Engine fire?
Alright, let's do that. Engine fire.
Engine fire. Okay, engine fire. Mixture cut out. And okay, emergency descent, right? Let me know if I'm doing something wrong.
Well, I'd start a circle because you want to put the fire out by getting the maximum speed, but you can do that quickly and get rid of altitude in a turn.
Okay.
But you might be a little too far out to...
Yeah.
So reduce some of that. About 1,500 feet a minute should be enough, because you don't want to go in much over the 140 there.
Oh, okay.
Keep turning. I don't think we're going to make it. You just...
Okay, we're not making it, so...
You were just going to go straight toward it. You might have been too high by doing that.
Oh, okay. So, I don't have a good landing site.
Let's just go ahead and make it a normal landing from here.
Oh, can I make it to the other runway? The broken one?
You probably could, but let's not do that.
Okay. From this altitude, 1,300. Oh, yeah. We can
Go ahead and just power it on now.
Okay.
Let them know we're coming.
Madeira traffic, Mooney 78903, entering 45430, Madeira. Okay. So when I did that, I actually came in straight.
Whenever you got a fire, you want to get out of the air as soon as possible, right? So you always start a bank, unless you're close to a runway like that. But the idea is to get out of the sky, because you're going to burn up if you don't. The best way to do that is in a descending turn.
Descending turn, okay. Traffic, Mooney 78903, downwind 30, Madeira.
Hanford traffic, Skyhawk 948 Juliet, 8 miles from Maxima for the RNAV 32, or Hanford.
Alright, your engine just quit.
Okay, so I still have time. Enough altitude to make it. Do I pull this or no?
You don't. No, you're too high. You don't need to stretch your glide.
Oh, okay.
Madeira traffic, 412 Bravo Charlie's 4 miles north, planning to cross runway 30 at midfield, entering left downwind 30, Madeira.
Hi, Bob.
Who's that?
Harold.
Hey, how you doing?
Luckily, I can still fly.
Yeah, luckily.
Okay, I'm coming in a little too fast.
Just relax, slow down. Just slow down, relax, slow down. Got lots of runway, there's no hurry. That's the key. As long as you don't start doing big things. You said you're too fast, but as soon as you level off, that speed's going to come off.
Right. Okay, so...
That was good. And you'll get a power-off approach, I can guarantee it.
Power-off approach and vehicle on the runway, right?
And what?
The car on the runway? Go around?
Oh. I don't know. I don't know that he does that one.
Okay. And I did not use second flaps.
That's okay.
Because I'm going to lose altitude too fast anyways with the second one, right?
Well, that just depends on if you need to or not. You know, that's the key. You do what you need to do. You don't do things you don't need to do.
Okay. Madeira traffic, Mooney 78903, clear 30, Madeira. Okay. So, what else?
You need to do the soft and short field landings and takeoffs.
So, we did those last week. The soft field takeoff and landing.
Madeira traffic, 412 Bravo Charlie, left base 30.
I see most of the school planes are all covered up.
And Madeira traffic.
Why did he move over to Fresno?
Final now.
I have
mean,
no
to
idea.
Madeira.
No idea whatsoever.
What does it take to open up a school?
A lot of money.
Like how much?
I don't
cost
know.
of the planes, right?
Yeah.
What are the requirements to get a license?
A CFI?
No, to open up a school.
There's no requirement.
Oh, so it's just,
Get a business license.
that's it?
Yeah.
And then CFIs,
You can hire CFIs, I guess.
right?
I guess you don't need to be one, but it's probably a good idea if you were. Because you'd know what your employees need to do.
Oh, yeah.
And I would want to check them out, know that they know what they're doing and how they're doing it.
Okay.
You thinking of opening a school?
With the kind of food I eat, probably by the time my resume is ready, my doctor going to tell me I can only do the bike now. Because I eat Indian wedding food, man. I mean, catering food. It's like, it's...
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, it's hard on the bod, isn't it?
Yep. Okay, there was the procedure. Okay, short field?
Yeah, we're going to do a short field first, and then we'll
Okay.
come back and do a short field landing. And we'll do the soft field takeoff and a soft field. Well, we could do the... I tell you what, we'll do the soft field... We'll do the short field takeoff, and then we'll do a soft field landing. Short takeoff, soft landing.
Okay.
And then when we get back to Fresno, or Sky Park, we'll do the short field landing there.
Okay. So... you want to give me the steps really quick that way, before we take the runway?
Short field takeoff.
Okay, short field takeoff is right here, so roll the trim tab halfway.
Madeira traffic, Skyhawk 386, taxiing to the run-up. Madeira.
Okay, flaps are retracted, hold the brakes, increase the throttle to full, and then release brakes, 60, and at 60 extend full flaps, simultaneously pull, and airborne retract gear, in maximum angle of climb, clear obstacle, use 1 notch of flap, climb at 70 to 80. So, as soon as we're airborne, get rid of the gear first, or should I get rid
What
of
does
the
it
flaps?
say?
It's asking for gear.
So we're going to leave the flaps at full? See, release brakes. Increase the throttle full. Where's the flap?
Place the flap fully retracted, and then
Hold the brakes, throttle to full. Release the brakes, allow the aircraft to accelerate to 60. Upon reaching 60, extend full flaps and simultaneously add enough back elevator pressure to pull the aircraft smoothly from the ground. When airborne, retract the gear. And we don't want to be less than 70.
Okay, so we're not getting rid of the first flap
Until after the gear is up.
Oh, okay. Cool. So short field, okay. Everybody here. Madeira traffic, Mooney 78903, departing 30, close traffic, Madeira.
pull that power. Don't go racing out here. We're going to use all the available runway anyway, so you don't want to go out here fast. I like to say bore the examiner to death. Don't be in a hurry to do anything.
Oh, okay. Alright, so full brakes. Flaps are down. Good, ready. Full power in. Got the gear out at 75 and flaps then at 1,000 feet.
Now you can do it now. Just one notch and then the next.
Okay.
That was good. A good short field.
Okay, so right now if I was to stall this, that field, huh? That would be at engine out, right? Engine out at takeoff? Or takeoff?
I'm not sure what you're asking.
Now, like if I have an engine, dead engine, now.
Oh, we would land straight ahead somewhere.
Straight ahead.
Because you don't have enough altitude to turn around.
Yeah.
And we're not going to practice it at altitude. I mean, guy killed himself out of here last year doing that.
Oh, that's what they were doing?
Yep.
Oh, damn.
Practicing an engine out.
I've seen some CFIs on YouTube. They were like practicing these kind of things on their biannual stuff.
Yeah, we do it at altitude, not
Right.
at low level. We'll go up to 2,000 and practice taking off.
Okay.
And at 800 feet above 2,000, so at 2,800 feet, you kill the power and see if you can make a 180-degree turn and get back on the same heading.
Okay. Alright, so...
Okay, this is going to be a soft field landing.
Okay, soft field landing. So, but the soft field landing I have, there's no instructions here on the soft field one. So,
well, the key thing is on soft field is you touch down straight and softly. I'd encourage you to use full flaps. You can use a little extra power if you want, if you feel it's not going to touch down smoothly. And not touch the brakes on your rollout. You don't use brakes.
okay.
So everything else on the setup is exactly the same as normal. Just that your landing needs to be smooth and soft and straight. And no braking. And back pressure. Keep adding that back pressure until you've got it all the way back.
Okay. So,
See that?
sorry.
Be careful not to bring the flaps in too soon.
No.
Because you were a little over your flap speed.
No.
Examiner won't like that. Be patient. Don't get in a hurry to do anything. Just slow, smooth, and small. Make sure you know what you're doing before you do it.
Okay. Madera traffic, Mooney 78903, base 430, Madera traffic.
See, here's a key, 800 feet, and you're a little early turning base.
Okay.
So get that power back. You should be down no more than 90 at this point.
Okay.
Slip it a little. You're still high, so you can do a little bit of a slip if you need to. It's like it's going to be okay. Just slow, smooth, and small. Remind yourself that. Adding that back for it. Now keep the flaps on.
Oh, keep
This
it.
is soft field.
Okay.
You don't want to get rid of the lift and dig your wheels into the ground.
Okay. So no brakes.
Okay, you can brake down.
Okay.
That wasn't too bad, but don't get rid of the flaps right away because it's soft field. You don't want to. You don't
Oh,
wanna,
I get rid of the flaps on the short field.
yes,
And I need to add brakes.
yes.
Okay, gotcha.
A very distinctive difference between the two landings.
Traffic, Cessna 79048 is overflying the field at 4,500. We'll be doing some VFR maneuvering to the west of the airport.
Okay, now we're going to go do a soft field takeoff. And that's where we get all of the weight off of the airplane, off of the wheels as soon as possible and into ground effects. Alright? Have you read that procedure through in the books?
I'm still working on that. I was going through the POH for past couple days.
I don't know that there's a procedure for it in the POH. I mean, you might look, but
I was still going through the systems and stuff because he probably gonna ask me.
I'm sure he will.
How this gauge is connected to that and what antennas and this and that. So that's what I was after right now. And I don't have anything on my books, so if I can kind of jump on it and get it done.
If there's nothing in your book, then refer to the maneuvers manual.
Gleim is the one who I have.
So we start out with full back pressure.
Traffic, Skyhawk 386, departing runway 30.
Keep the nose going straight down the runway, and as soon as you can get the airplane airborne, you level off in ground effects. That's no more than one wingspan above the runway, and accelerate to lift off to at least 70, and then you can climb out. But I'd give them a good demonstration. I'd go all the way to 80 or 90.
Okay.
To say, hey, I got this. I can fly this airplane in ground effects. And it takes a lot of right rudder. I remember the first time I did it, tried to demonstrate it for you. Boy, it just took a ton of right rudder. Make sure you're using your checklist for every maneuver you do, everything you do. Refer to that checklist.
So when we, okay, on the short field is saying minimum speed is 70. But isn't 70 too slow? I notice it's too slow.
Well, we know it. The stall warning comes on at 70, and the stall warning is usually about 10 knots, 10 miles an hour.
Okay.
Above the stall speed. stall speed's about 10 knots.
And I still have to factor some of the wind component into it, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So somewhere around like 70, 75 is the... Okay.
Yeah, I'd go all the way to 80 before I raise my nose back and get away from the runway.
Okay.
Because when you're in ground effects, you can fly the plane slower than 70.
Oh, okay.
Because you're getting a cushion of air between the wing and the ground. So it'll actually fly slower than what your stall speed is.
Heading south.
And that's why we do the soft field. We get the weight from the wheels to the wings as soon as possible. And we do that by holding that nose way up, and as soon as it becomes airborne, stay in ground effects.
Okay.
And I guess I would use both notches of flaps.
On the... Okay. Madeira traffic, Mooney 78903, departing 30, Madeira traffic.
Since it tells us that for the short field, I guess I would use it for the soft field as well.
Okay. So I still have asphalt here, right? That's my soft field.
Yeah, as soon as we cross the hold short, then all that back pressure and go really slow. Don't go fast, because you don't want to round this corner going fast, because the airplane will slide on the mud. No brakes.
No brakes.
Wait until you get straight before you add power. Again, you don't want any slipping and sliding.
Okay, straight enough. Yep.
You don't want it to go back on the ground. Push. Come on, push. You got to stay in ground effects. So you're more than a wingspan away from the ground.
Okay.
Let's go down a little bit lower. Just so you get the idea of what ground effects is. See, right about here. You don't go any lower or higher than right here.
Damn, we're
now go up.
Okay. Positive rate. Notch.
So you did it okay getting off the ground, but then you just went right to a climb. You got to stay in ground effects.
Okay.
That's a soft field takeoff. That's different than a regular takeoff. So you get it off the ground and into ground effects. Then once you get up to about 80, then climb out. Get the gear out. Flaps up.
Okay.
Want to do it again?
Yeah, might as well.
Ooh, right rudder.
Right or left?
Right rudder and climb.
Oh.
Look where your ball was. When you were turning left, you were putting in left rudder and the ball was going way out to the right. Remember P factor? When you're climbing, you have to have right rudder even when you're turning left.
Okay.
That right rudder's always there in a climb. Now we might as well make this a soft field landing again.
Okay, soft field landing, no brakes, full flaps in.
To north, please. Any traffic, please advise Oakdale.
First transmission was blocked.